My bike is fast. My bike is faster than Steve's. My bike is the fastest of all. In all three sentences, the adjective fast has changed forms: fast, faster, and fastest. The adjective fast simply tells us the quality of my bike, that it is fast. In the second sentence, the adjective faster indicates my bike, when compared with Steve's, has more of the quality of speed. In the third sentence, the adjective fastest shows of all bikes, mine has the greatest speed. With the help of adjectives fast, faster, and fastest, we have made comparisons. Such adjectives are called 3 degrees of comparison. To know how these can help us in day-to-day communication, stay tuned. Friends, my name is Hemant Singh Rana and you're watching Enliven English, making the language entertaining, lively and functional. And it's time to learn something new. Life throws choices at us all the time. We have to make comparisons and decide what's best for us. Let's say, if you're given a choice to buy a house or a flat, which one will you opt for? Obviously a house, because it's bigger. If I ask you, would you like to travel by car or bike? You will opt for car. Why? It's more comfortable. In both cases, as we compare two things, adjectives bigger and more comfortable helped us. Adjectives of quality have 3 degrees of comparison: positive, comparative, and superlative. Before we get into detail of each one of them, let's have a look at some frequently used adjectives and how their degrees are made. First, we have one-syllable adjectives. A syllable is a single unbroken sound of a spoken word. One-syllable adjectives comparative is made by adding R or ER, and superlative by adding ST or EST. Let's have a look at some examples. Bright, brighter, brightest. Clever, cleverer, cleverest. Great, greater, greatest. Wise, wiser, wisest. Simple, simpler, simplest. Most adjectives in the positive form take ER to change to comparative and EST to superlative. However, the words ending in E take only R in their comparative form and only ST in superlative. Now let's see words ending with Y whose comparatives and superlatives are made by deleting the letter Y and adding IER and IEST, as in costly, costlier, costliest. Easy, easier, easiest. Happy, happier, happiest. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. Wealthy, wealthier, wealthiest. When the positive degree ends in a consonant with a vowel before it, we double the consonant and then add ER and EST, as in big, bigger, biggest. Fit, fitter, fittest. Hot, hotter, hottest. Slim, slimmer, slimmest. Red, redder, reddest. In case of adjectives with 2 or more syllables, comparative is formed by adding the adverb more and superlative by adding the adverb most to the positive form. Let's see some of them. Advanced, more advanced, most advanced. Beautiful, more beautiful, most beautiful. Courageous, more courageous, most courageous. Difficult, more difficult, most difficult. Important, more important, most important. There are certain adjectives that do not follow any of the rules explained earlier. They are compared irregularly. Their comparatives and superlatives are not formed from the positive degree. Let's see some examples. Bad, worse, worst. Good, better, best. Little, less, least. Much or many, more, most. Far, farther, farthest. This is not a complete list. I shared with you some formations of comparatives and superlatives just to familiarize you with them. You can continue to consult dictionaries and grammar books to learn more adjectives and their forms. Now let's see how we can use 3 degrees of comparison in sentences. First is the positive degree. The positive degree of adjective is the adjective in its simple form. The positive degree just simply tells us the existence of some quality and no comparison is made. Let's see some examples to understand this better. Jasmine smells sweet. Martha is studious. Mark is strong. Samantha is beautiful. In all examples, we have only one person or thing having one quality in the form of sweet, studious, strong, and beautiful. These are adjectives in the positive degree, just telling the existence of some quality or attribute. However, if Jasmine is compared with some other flower and Mark and Samantha with some other person, adjectives in comparative degree will be used. In other words, when we have 2 persons, animals or things and the comparison is made to show one has more of a certain quality than the other, comparative adjective is used. Please remember, conjunction than is used to introduce the second element to make the comparison. Let's see some examples. Jasmine smells sweeter than Rose. Martha is more studious than Lucy. Mark is stronger than Steve. Samantha is more beautiful than Elizabeth. In all these sentences, we have compared 2 things or persons to denote the higher degree of quality than the positive. When the comparison is among more than 2 persons, animals or things, superlative adjective is used. We also use the superlative form when we compare one person or thing against the rest of a group. Here we need to remember 2 things. First, the definite article the is used before the superlative form, and preposition of is used with people, animals and things, and in with places and position. Let's see the previously discussed sentences with superlative adjectives. Jasmine smells the sweetest in this garden. Martha is the most studious of all girls. Mark is the strongest of all. Samantha is the most beautiful girl in the town. In all sentences, we talked about the possession of the highest degree of quality by the subjects in comparison to others in their respective categories. One thing we need to remember here is, with demonstrative and possessive adjectives, depending on the context, definite article the is not always used with the superlative forms. Let's see some examples. Mark is in his best form this year. Reaching the World Cup finals is our biggest achievement. I'll give this most beautiful dress to my friend. So far, we have compared the qualities of 2 or more persons and things. But what happens when the comparison is with nobody else's qualities but one's own? Or if 2 persons, animals and things have equal qualities? This we will discuss in detail in the next lesson, along with some more fascinating information about the degrees of comparison. I'll be back with you soon. Till then, keep learning and keep improving. Goodbye.